Oh, I also I don't know if how many of you guys know who Liam O'Brien is.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yes.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
yeah.
I got to meet
Yeah.
him, and
Oh
and I got his
shit!
autograph.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it was really cool.
That's
Uh,
where it went.
Nice.
yeah, it was really, really cool. I spent $50 to get his autograph. I wanted to get the entire cast, but I was like, "Damn, $50 for just one person?" I was like,
Yeah, that's how
"Alright, I
much
guess."
the meet and greets
Oh,
or signing
Uh,
print stuff are.
I I got
yeah.
I got
I did
Michael
that for a couple
Kovacs and
weeks.
Dana Terrace's autograph.
Oh, that's cool.
Ye
God. How much
Oh wait,
wasn't
Dana
that
Paris?
$50 for you as well, Trish?
Both of them were $40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
it depends.
Yeah, it depends person to person, but yeah, damn. I'm like, "Damn, fucking kidney over here." Costing us kidneys.
He's premium
Um,
content.
yeah. Um,
Oh,
yes,
I regret not going around
Okay,
and getting all the autographs I wanted. I should have. Oh well.
oh, I wish.
real
Um,
real quick for the recording. Uh, we heard chains in the forest. We did stealth checks, hid from the chains. Chains went to the Iris house where we were also headed. Chains is trying to get in. We also want to be in. D has been using observant for has been observing for 10 minutes to see if there's a pattern in the train. Current plan is to get in or see if we can get in, put them in the lab bubble, and try to sneak our way out as well. Okay, now the recording is up to snuff. Oh, and Ty is having uh personal issues involving all the shit that Ty has been through. Ty is mentally tired.
yes.
mental health, folks. Gotta keep it
Yep.
well. Um,
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to do a recap for the recording.
no, you're totally fine. Let us continue. So, Korak, anything did you wanted to jump into? Obviously, we'll say that you also passed, right? Just for the sake of saving everybody time. Um, but right now we're at the point of like Dee's currently observing. We've sort of formulated a plan, but we do have a moment right now to like you do have a moment to speak on like obviously because they're still speaking with Ty about that. I believe the last thing was Ty's like we can take a breather, something along
Yeah, I
those lines.
offered to try to
Yeah, I
take
agree.
a sit this one out or
Yeah,
whatever break he needs.
Ty is allowed to sit out in the lab.
She's
I
like,
mean,
huh?
I
Like, I'm
mean,
not gonna let you guys just go on your own. But at the same time, she's like, she knows she's a glass cannon.
I,
I mean, if you need a moment, and honestly, it might set me at ease because you're usually the target in these things when things go wrong. So,
yeah. Well,
could be good.
not only that, but like some quiet time in a space where you, though the extra space with the alchemist check does have me wonder because the chain does fuck with extra liminal spaces and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, no, we were able to access the lab before around
True.
like in the oppressed aura thing. I think
True.
So
as long as we don't mess with that
the way
thing.
to this
Yeah.
yeah the way to describe it, chain can mess with extra dimensional spaces. Uh, if but the exception to that rule is that um, anything of like a significant higher magnitude. So, for instance, the entire organization of death, perhaps,
Oh
is
yeah,
probably
that's
more
our
than
lab.
enough to yeah overwhelm. Like even if it's like a small space not designed for like a specific purpose other than being a laboratory, it's probably enough to be able to be utilized outside of
No,
chain's
Yeah, don't
control.
worry, we got
so
dread insurance.
so you so yeah, and honestly, the fewer of us there are to have to worry about getting in, probably the better. And it like if we can get a good bit of stealth. I'm not very stealthy either. Uh, so, but uh, at the very least, a quiet moment within a nice quiet space would let you and I am kinda process things a bit.
Guys, are you forgetting about me? You can see that Ty's sword sort of glows red. It's like, hey, I don't want to be bored. That sounds boring. Do I have to be there?
Will you let one of us wield you?
Lavender stares at them, and I'm like, in their mind, they're like, oh, not gonna lie, I really did forget about them.
Yeah.
Cora kind of looks and goes, I mean, you don't like any of us trying to wield you because,
Nope.
obviously you chose Ty. Like,
Yep.
duh. But that does mean you are attached to essentially a mortal. Mortals have things like mental health.
Yeah.
So
Health
you
in general.
so you kind of I mean, it's kind of either one of us carries you or you go and sit with Ty while she and I am process what they gotta process.
Mm,
Be
The
kind to your
choice is
I don't
wielders.
yours.
know. Uh, what do you think, boss? And you can see the flaming figure like turns over to you, Ty. Um, I don't know if I like the idea of someone else touching me.
Well, do you want to do like separate body again?
Uh, hmm. You can see he's sort of like contemplating, like clearly, like obviously this is a very serious moment of where you guys are having a plan, you're formulating it, but he's clearly like not taking this. Obviously, he's like not taking this quote unquote seriously because he's very much
Yeah,
a man
because
of the
it's him.
action. Yeah, he's like, yeah,
He's like,
But it's also like because it's who he is that like Ty's like I don't want to like keep him from his fun either, because that will
hmm,
also not end well.
you know what? I'll sit this one out. I'm cool like that. Like you can sort
Okay,
of
and
feel,
I can promise you this: if it goes bad in there, I'm burning the whole thing down. So
and that's all I needed. You
okay,
can see the glowing faint red, but you feel in the back of your head, Ty, that like even though I am is like not talking to you, there is sort of like a shifting like of uncomfortableness. Like your spine just sort of like punched back. Oddly from the feelings of I am. She's not really talking still, but she's very much annoyed by Cendrus's antics.
yep.
Especially given how serious the circumstances are. Um, because he's vibing, he's having a good time, and uh, behind you, Quark, he's like, and we're supposed to be from the same person. How is it that we are from the same person, Quark? Can you explain
Hey,
that one to me?
you know, maybe Benjamin has a bit of dissociative identity disorder. I don't know.
Uh,
I mean, it's not like any of the dreads are really all that, similar stuff. I feel like, isn't it more like siblings in a family? Yeah, they come from the
It
same
kind of
place, but
feels like it
they got their
feels
own
like
personalities.
yeah, it kind of feels like a sibling situation, like what Lavender just said. Wait, Lavender, how are you hearing this?
Uh, I don't know. I don't.
Oh, hold on a minute. You don't have the
You're right.
connection.
I'm not. I fade out of existence.
Like, all right, all right. Just goes. I mean, it might be a siblings kind of thing. Like you guys didn't come from the
why don't
same
we just
place.
let's say that for instance, Lavender can sort of hear this because after we'll just say that after discussion with uh because of the fact that Lavender is obviously works closely with the entity referred to as the Guillotine, who is also a Dread himself, or Gilly,
Okay.
they have the capacity to also see and speak.
Okay, okay. Well, in that case, it would
So
be
yeah,
like Lavender probably
What?
said, at least initially. But like, there's also such a thing as like conflicting emotions during an event. Benjamin's family literally got attacked by every single dread there is. So, well, at least every single type of dread there is. So, like, there's a lot there.
Behind every person with a
Uh,
plan is a soul that desires chaos.
by the way, yeah. By the way, Trish, right behind D,
Yeah.
uh, D turns his head to see like the small pixie referred to as Abby, and she talks to D. It's like, yeah, but he is kind of dumb. You can't deny that. Gore sort of nods his head, and you can see the sword glowing back red. I fucking heard that, you bastards. um,
Well, here's the thing about being dumb, though. Dumb can be worked with, right? You can't fix stupid, but you can accommodate for dumb.
and they both kind of like just nod their heads, and Ty, you can feel the sword being hot again, but not for the same reasons of fire. More so, he's just flustered. Um, like not in a upset like he's mad like I am is, but more like like
He's aware of the teasing.
yeah, he's aware of the teasing. Um,
I feel like
so
D would reply to Abby with, "Eh, I I've dealt with dumber."
he's like,
You literally took a
yeah.
sword in.
I pats the
And I
sword.
mean, what is what
It's
is
like they're
what
there.
is Syndra's but a 8-year-old that has been handed fire?
uh, D. At this stage,
Oh,
your 10
there.
minutes has since passed. Yeah,
Sorry, I sent you something because I wrote it down a while ago and I forgot to send it. You don't have to read it right now. But
yeah.
okay.
Uh,
Does D notice anything with chains?
yes. Yes, so with the chains, while it is technically like chaotic, it's it's not organized enough to it's not a pattern per se, but it's inconsistencies with its attacks and the way it's focused on. In comparison to like all the other chains which didn't really quite seem to have sentience back in Saris, this does have some level of intelligence, but it's more like an open AI equivalent of sentience, where it's sort of just acting on impulse and like it has like sort of its directives and its motivations, but it's not the same level of intelligence you guys saw in the dream.
Like
Um
plants.
yeah, like plants.
Fetus
But
flytrap and all that.
yes. But because of that, because it is working on directives, there really isn't as long as you play your cards right, it seems possible to be able to entirely bypass the chains as it continues to attack. You are aware that not only are you sort of invisible, uh, but the chains are inconsistent enough to where you can find areas to like the pattern of where you can sort of walk in, even though it's technically not really a pattern. It's just the way it is of what it is avoiding, because it's essentially instead of calculating instead of like having a sniper rifle shot, it's more so the equivalent of a machine gun where it's
Like
just kind of
spray and pray.
firing. Yeah, spray and pray, really. It's spray and pray versus so it's not a sniper rifle, which is more difficult to handle, but this is more spray and pray type of situation. Yes. So D, you can lead the party to the house.
Okay, before
So
D
as long
leaves
as we
though,
don't, as long as we
since
don't
Ty is
panic.
sitting this out, I want to hand everybody a bardic inspiration.
Hooray. Thank
Woo!
you.
So everybody gets
Uh,
D10.
It's
quick question that doesn't really apply to the current situation, but kind of does.
Sure.
Whose pet was the owl?
Houdini
Owl.
or
uh
AE or
Yeah,
or
Houdini. Yeah.
That would no, it would. That
Isior
was
is
barrels.
is Tulsamir's.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Folsomer's.
Okay.
God, I forgot about Houdini.
Also, is Black
Uh.
Bean still with us, or did we leave Black Bean with a trusted person?
I
Black
mean,
Bean's
Uh,
with us.
The black bean has been around, but
Black.
yeah, it's been a
Black
bit
Bean's
crazy.
Black Bean's
I
been
feel like
hiding
Black
in
Bean
Ty's
has been
backpack.
assumed that we keep it because don't we want to reunite it with
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Hawthorne?
Ty
So
was
yeah.
taking care of it, but also Ty has been distracted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Black
And
Bean.
actually,
Yeah,
Towards
Black
the
Bean's been
end of
one
around.
of
I'm
the
sure they're
way Black
keeping.
Bean would do its therapy cat duties and purr in your lap.
Yeah,
also,
Black
we'll
Bean's
say
been around.
for this particular instance is that Tolsimir has agreed to, because he is also, even though he does have like a mythril armor, which is very quiet, he also has agreed to sort of be therapy person in the extra dimensional space. Well, just until necessary. Um, so Tolsimir has agreed to, like, he's he tells Ty, like, hey, if you want to talk, we can talk, but if not, I'm okay with just being there with you inside the space. Um, so uh, as you guys make your plan, I do need you guys to make. Uh, I'm gonna need the team to make sort of I'm gonna need acrobatic checks, please. Acrobatics or yeah, acrobatics checks, please.
Real quick. Before we.
Before we.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Oh, you go ahead, Trish.
I was gonna say, does anyone else want to get into the lab space before we go?
Anyone who's not great at Dex.
Yeah, I'm not great at Dex unless I start burning through my unless I risk burning through my rule of the
Powers.
battlefield charges,
You
which
got a +2.
would
It's gonna have to do.
that would not it would not work.
Okay.
At the very least, with stealth, you've got pass without a trace.
Yeah, I still got. I mean, I used it earlier, but I can do it again since it's just
Yeah.
it's just a staff ability.
Well,
Do
it's a
we have a
concentration of an hour, but yeah.
do
Yeah.
we
So you
have
have, yeah, plenty of time.
when you do that, will we be able to jump out and assist if assistance is needed?
I will say to open the door requires at least an action. Yes.
Yeah, as soon
But we'd be
as soon
able
as
to do it.
anything happens, the first action D is taking is opening the door.
Got you. Okay. So Korak will probably sit in with Ty. Honestly, he might sit in the freezer area because like it's been forever since he's been on a mountain and it's been hot and he does not
Humid.
he and humid and he would actually kind of sitting in somewhere cold might actually feel pretty nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just imagining Korak sitting in the freezer next to like some of the frozen items, which is kind of funny.
I'm like,
He's
hold
just,
on. I
like,
was like, wait. There's a lab freezer and there's just a
he's reading a book
snack
in
freezer.
Giant. Yeah.
Yes.
We gotta make sure you know which one you're going into.
Okay. If that is the case, I'm gonna need who is remaining.
Definitely D.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Okay,
Okay.
Lavender staying as well.
So then, from
Yeah.
the two of you, you can stealth it. But I will need you to like, basically it's gonna be 3 checks, of
Oh,
acrobatics. But if you stealth it instead, you'll need to do 5.
no.
3 acrobatics, or 5 stealth.
Question:
Bye. Oh my God.
Yes.
with the stealth, do I
Mhm.
get advantage every time because of my cloak?
Yes. That should be
Mm,
how it works.
let me
You're
cloak of
you're
a pen,
wearing
right?
it.
Yeah, I can actually send you a screenshot of the description if you want.
No, I'm just looking up
That
real quickly. It's not that.
That is
I
the
mean,
general
is it not
definition of third
Yeah,
permanent to
level.
yeah.
yourself?
It's permanent to itself, so yes, it would be advantage every time.
Yeah. The thing is like usually in a party setting, it's not just you who's hiding, but since we're having some of the people who are not as good as hiding
Yeah,
there.
Away.
and
Yeah.
then you get
But if you
the
want my
flat
pass
plus
without a trace,
10,
I have to be present.
right?
Yeah.
But at the very least, that's a flat plus 10. So,
Plus
Yeah.
bardic inspiration.
Oh, and does anybody want invisibility before they leave? 'Cause I can do
Oh,
that too.
It
that could be helpful.
if you give that to
yeah.
Lavender would be rolling with advantage.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
give me advantage. That'd be. I
Okay,
mean, you
cool.
would give
Yeah,
Then
me an advantage.
Yeah,
yeah,
do
Ty pats you on the shoulder and you're invisible.
Oof. Wow.
Right. Then what I will say this to make it both easy since you both have advantage and a plus
And
10.
plus 10. We should just
I'm just
want to
gonna
succeed, man.
I'm just, I'm
We
just
just
gonna
want to
make you
succeed.
I'm just gonna make you roll once with the high DC.
No, that's
Um,
worse.
the
No.
DC will be 23.
No.
Once, because you both have advantage and you both have plus 10 in the top of whatever dexterity you have
Look,
naturally.
you just have
No.
to look. You just have to roll a 13.
No, you just jinxed me.
what is bardic inspiration?
A
Oh yeah, and actually add
1d10.
what?
We have to decide. Well, ideally, you wouldn't have told us the DC so we could decide when we want to put it
Mhm.
on. So, like, you're
Yeah,
supposed to put
for
it on before we know if we succeed or not, or something.
yep, you have to
Yeah.
know before the outcome. So it's for
But I can
ability
just say I
checks,
forgot
attacks,
the DC.
and saving
Well,
rolls.
I'll say this. You still have to decide even well knowing the DC. So you cannot retroly activate it just to make
I'll
things
just
really
put it on
fun.
there.
Yeah, I was
Just
gonna
in
put it
case.
on anyway.
Just
I'm
in
Yeah.
just
case.
meaning what
This
is
is
the
the one
roll?
roll to.
That's what it's
Uh
for.
Here we
so
go.
so one, yeah.
Bardic
Yep,
inspiration.
23. That's good.
Wow, I got
That's
2.
you just barely passed.
That's good thing I put that thing on there.
Okay.
So bardic inspiration is
Oh.
1d10.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
body spiritual is 1d10, so it's plus 10 for the advantage because Cloak of Elvenkind, plus an additional 10.
Ah,
Oh, shoot.
fuck
Ooh.
me.
Girl. How
Okay,
did you
fuck
not?
it.
Wait,
Fuck
did you
it.
put your
No,
additional
no.
plus?
Flash of genius. Add 4. Fuck it.
Okay.
25.
with
That
a
was crazy.
25, with a 25,
We sneak, we sneak,
both
we
of you
sneak.
succeed. You guys sneak. You're able to like it. It takes you a few minutes to get there. Just even though like you could, it's a faster. Like if you were just normally moving up there, it would be really really quick. But given the fact that it's being like
We're
attacked,
sneaking.
yeah, you're all good. You
Yep.
both succeed.
Yeah, I was
You
writing that
guys,
from
it
my
takes you a
own
few minutes.
memory.
Yeah. And then you both make it to the front door, without any trouble. You still hear like huge crashes as the chains try to smash their way into the building. But funny enough, you make it to one of the entrance doors with not too much of a fuss. The question is, you're at the door now. What would you like to do?
Try to enter.
Knock, 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 knock. Do you want to build a snowman? No, just kidding. I knock and say, like, can we come in? I don't know. Is it unlocked?
Yeah. If when you try the door is it seems to be locked. It's not doesn't seem like to be a physical lock. It seems to be like a magical lock of some kind.
I knock. Hello, we're cute. I look at both of us. We're not the human, but
Neither one are
technically
human. Neither one is human.
we're humanoid. We're not chained. Trying to kill you. May we come in, please?
It's just quiet. I mean,
Oh
with
shoot,
the only sounds that you guys hear is like the chains just keep trying to slam into the wall. Uh, yeah, knocking.
man! If only one of us were rogue.
Knocking doesn't seem to do
Where's
too much.
Max when you need him?
I look for a doorbell. I ring a doorbell.
No, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
after ringing the doorbell, you hear ding da 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 da.
Can
This is
As
some kind
as
of
the
trauma.
D pick
yeah. What could you do?
can D pick the lock?
Yeah, I mean, Deep can try because they have yeah, don't you have tinkering tools?
I have thieves tools and tinkering tools.
Yeah.
Perfect. Go ahead, make a roll for me for that. The chains, by the way, after ringing the doorbell, seem to have stopped as if confused for a second. Uh,
Come on, friend.
trying to
Whoops.
process.
Thank you.
Yeah, 22,
But
you're
I
able
was
to
kind of
open.
being a little jokey about the ring doorbell. I'm like, oh, it's safe time. They don't
Yeah.
have one, do they? Oh shoot.
Well, well, so like the chain is confused, but it quickly resumes back to what it was doing. It was definitely like caught off guard by the doorbell, but it's like, okay.
It
um,
accidentally hit the doorbell.
yeah. So, but with the 22, you're able to unlock the actual physical mechanisms, but it does seem like there is some kind of magical thing preventing from the door from opening. So you unlock the physical mechanisms from the door, but there is some kind of magic. There's supernatural elements, perhaps dreaded of some kind, preventing you from opening the door.
Well, it's
Does
not like any
someone
of us have knock.
does either of you want to roll me Arcana?
I
Sure.
Yeah, with the 14, I'd say that this is the house. You kind of quickly realize that, oh, this is similar magic as to all the times you've interacted with the iris, where they like it's sort of similar to their form of payment, sort of degree, but it doesn't seem to be nearly as severe because the door opening, you can imagine, has pretty. Is the idea here is that while it is you're trying to access something of all the wealth and knowledge of the person, you'd imagine that to open it, a secret of what the owner would be seeing as an equal value.
that's
Um,
we got to open the door, we gotta open up ourselves. Great.
yeah, open up with a secret. Just one secret. Like it doesn't seem like everyone who enters the door needs to. Just one secret of equal value to open up the door.
D is sitting here thinking over all of the knowledge that they have so far and what is D willing to trade. because because D understands that what what they trade may come back to bite.
I mean, you could try the change route of just, trying to bust down the place.
Sorry, I am being quiet. I am going over all of the D and D
No, no, you're totally
information in my
fine.
head. Yeah,
I mean, technically, there's two of you guys.
yeah. I mean, if Lavender has a secret that they're willing to share, D will. D doesn't exactly have ears, but D will stop listening. Uh,
Uh Try to think what's a lavender secret technically. It's not
And
love.
the way
He's
and the
like,
way like
you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna like just shrug and kind of like whispers like, "Hey, did you know I'm undead? Did you know I'm dead?"
Wow, really?
undeadened.
I don't think that's not really a secret.
Well, hey, it was the
Well,
secret to you guys. You guys didn't know that before.
so the way so sort of to help, the way that the iris works in particular, the value of the secret is equated to the value held by the user, by the holder of said secret.
Yeah. The thing is
Um,
with Lavender, his the secrets he does have would mostly be other people's, and he's not really thinking that it's his
yeah,
place to
yeah.
give them out.
But the
Because
secret, yeah,
all the other things that like are technically his secrets were just aspects about himself he didn't know or was just like hiding because he didn't know it. Which is why like
yeah,
he's like, oh, he's hiding something. He's like, yeah, I'm hiding. I don't know why this thing is actually happening to me.
yeah.
Uh,
But the idea, because one of the biggest things for Lavender is their notion of being undead being a big thing, why they don't, really share that. Trish, do you have something?
D does, but or yeah, D does, but okay, everyone in the group would know. Okay, the players would know this, but I don't think D would have told the characters. Only
Hmm.
Ty would be fully aware of this.
Sure.
Okay, D actually turns to Lavender. I have an idea. I'm not ready to share this with the group. Can you cover your ears? Lavender.
Did
I'm
Lavender
sorry.
disconnect? Oh.
Sorry, I couldn't hear quite.
No.
My
D
connection's being weird.
D turned to Lavender and said, I have an idea of what to share, but I'm not ready for the group to know this. Would you mind covering your ears?
Gotcha. And he plugs his ears. I
Okay.
understand.
D leans forward. Zone, do you remember the name of D's creator?
Uh, fuck, I forgot his name. It's been a hot time.
I'll just
It's
say
been a
D's
hot minute. I'll have to look for it.
D's
The creator's
creator
name.
and parentheses. Good enough.
Good in parentheses. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, figure it out later.
It's
Uh D D
I know his name was Oscar.
yeah.
Oscar Elliott, I believe. I believe his name was Oscar Elliott, but yes. Um, at that particular utterance, we'll say at the same time that the two secrets that were shared, one was from Lavender, and then the other was from D. One that Lavender is undead, and the other that D, after waiting a second, has Lavender hold, you know, not listen, and utters the name of their creator. Um, you hear a click, and the door sort of doesn't fully open, but one of the two, so it's like two main doors like next to each other, but one of them slides open, just ever so slightly, not completely open, but it's enough to where like you can basically just open the rest of the door yourself.
Okay. D taps Lavender's shoulder and basically ushers them in. Like go 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 go.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Go inside,
um,
close the door, we make sure it locks after us.
yeah.
To the
We
mansion.
wipe her feet. Or I do.
But as you close the door, you turn around to sort of see this is not just it's a mansion. Like it's a full-on mansion. It seems relatively empty though, but like oddly enough, there's a lot of bookshelves, like almost a comical amount of books, like everywhere. Every in the grand hall, you'll see the grand staircase, which leads up to the higher level. But off to your right, you see where the um, main dining area is that faces out where the front. It is a huge dining area, type that you would see for like a ridiculously rich royal couple sitting across from each other, where it's instead of like on the table of like at least 10 feet away from each other. um, end to end. It has really nice furniture, from what you could tell, something that you would see closer to um, the late 1800s, sort of like where technology is still around, but it's sort of just turning into uh, actual um, actual like mechanical issues, like mechanical things, like the chandelier above and all of the designs. It gives you a very old-esque feeling. Off to the left side in the other room, um, you can sort of see uh, what are essentially like uh, a storage hall. It leads over to the kitchen off to the back. Um, because there's a room in between. There's no blocked up. It's not blocked off by doors. It's just big archways that sort of separates out rooms. And the other archway off to the left side, you sort of see um, a a resting corridor or like a sort of preparing area where you have shelves, and tables, like a study of sorts um, for everyone. Uh, And other than that, you can't really see too much. You assume that there's more rooms and areas. Uh, but somewhere off in the building, you both hear the crackling of fire from like a fireplace of some kind. Doesn't seem like a aggressive fire like something's burning down, more so like a controlled fire in a chimney of sorts. You did see smoke coming up from the top of the mansion as the chain was harassing it, but that could be anything. What would the two of you like to do?
First thing D is doing is locking the physical lock on the door again.
Click. Yep, that was pretty quick. You
Yeah.
were able to turn the latch and it just relocked.
Are there any more locks on it?
Uh, just a couple that D was able to do. You see the magical lock that like prevented you from entering in. Uh, it's already back and active. Um,
I put a chair in
uh,
front of it.
you should put a chair in front of the door. It's like, okay, you're not getting through that way.
That'll
That's
hold him.
okay. um, but you sort of see something walking towards both of you. It looks to be a tuxedo, or not a tuxedo, like a well, it looks to be like a suit. There's no person inside of it, but a full-on suit and tie with like a vest and everything, as well as nice shoes and even a fedora with no person inside of it. It's just it looks like it's walking towards you. Like it's completely empty. There's no person. Though if there was a person, it's completely invisible and it's just walking towards you. Uh,
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm still invisible. There's
no,
no really way for me to dismiss it because I'm not the one who cast it. So
no, no, no.
uh,
The well,
I'll just hold on to your
but
cloak, D.
by the
Okay.
way, no. But what I'm saying is though, there isn't a visible man or visible entity dressed in a suit with a full ass get up, walking towards your direction, coming down the stairs. It sort of
Uh,
looks like to be what you would imagine a butler to look like, but you know, with just an extra bit of with like a detective butler sort of vibe, I guess would be the best way to describe it.
D bows slightly and speaks in a low tone. We are sorry to intrude, but we are here to help the whoever is of the iris here escape safely. There's cha- chains
He
outside.
it raises his hand up and it snaps its fingers as another sort of more invisible people wearing like maid and butler outfits sort of like come out from the sides where you from previously unlike seen location. Um, and you can see one of the maids gesturing to take your quote unquote cloak or your coat off your hands. As the initial gentleman wearing the hat, the initial invisible gentleman wearing the hat, uh, sort of gestures his hand up to the up the st- as the maids and the butlers sort of line themselves uh, directing towards the grand staircase while the main one is facing. A maid is currently trying to take your like jackets from you. Jacket from you, D.
D is actually going to
As
say, "May I be
it sort of seems
permitted
like they're
to? May I
not
be?
hostile. Yeah,
May
they're
I
not
be
hostile, but
permitted?
it seems like they're.
Yeah. So sorry. D is
Well,
going to say, "May I be permitted to keep this on during our interaction?"
you can see the fedora tip over to the side, like its head is tilted, but then it nods, and then it pulls both it and the maid and the one in the maid dress. They pull off, following the sending it to the front of the line, um, on both ends, leading you up to the stairs as it like just climb the stairs.
Okay. D goes up the stairs.
Um, as you guys enter the main staircase, you reach up to the top. During one of the sides, you're walking down the halls. You're not exactly certain where you're walking to, but you sort of feel compelled down a particular place, as the only door in this particular hall that is open. You can hear that same crackling of fire that you heard earlier. Um, you sort of right before you sort of stop yourself right at this entrance, this open doorway. You haven't really turned to like face the doorway directly, but you can hear the crackling of fire as it gets louder and louder. But you hear something. Please come in.
D D enters and, uh, without without being prompted, bow, bows to whoever is in the room. I am sorry for the intrusion.
Oh please, adventurers like yourself are nothing to be feel shame about. I've seen your kind come and go as often as the seasons change. Don't worry yourself too much about it. You can hear the ticking sound that you normally would hear every time you've met an Iris person, but he seems to be sort of he definitely he has like a turtleneck on. It's a red turtleneck or a red turtleneck sweater as well. He has a pipe in one hand, uh, a book in the other, and like his glasses are squared off. His hair is slicked back, but it's undeniable that you can hear the sounds of uh, the ticking that are usually associated with those from the iris. Um, welcome, device. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Magnificent. What brings you over to us today?
Fir- First off, are you aware of what is happening beyond your doors?
Yes, he looks over. He looks from his main chair. Um, on top of it, he's fully designed. Like the more you take a look at him, the more you're like, he seems relatively unbothered. On top of the fact that like he has there's like a ring on his finger as well, like because he's clearly a sort of married person, but he doesn't seem like normal Irish people uh who are sort of mechanical, like marionettes of sorts. There seems to be more life to him than other ones previously. Like they're all real people, but this one still seems more humanoid than others. Take his, and he's like, and you there, Mister Mister Reaper. I would appreciate if you introduced yourself as well. Just because you're invisible does not mean I do not know when a Reaper has stepped foot into my domain.
Hello, I'm Lavender. I don't know how to turn this off. I'm bowing right now. I'm sorry, you can't see it.
It's all right. No need to fuss. But yes, I very much am aware of what is happening outside. He turns his head over to the corner to where you guys can see, all three of you can see the window, where the huge thing of chains tries to slam up against the glass, only for it to be repelled offwards. He's like, "Yes, I've been very much aware that the chains is well, it's been attempting to come inside, so to speak. Not today, unfortunately. It's been trying for weeks, but it will not enter anytime soon." He like chuckles just ever so slightly. Like, yes, I was lucky to get my wife and children out before the uh out before the chain decided to make its move. But as you can see, unfortunately, I have also been stuck here for quite some time with nothing but Chardonnay and all the books I can read. Although it does seem like I am running low on materials, so to speak. Such as the woes of us Iris, I imagine.
We actually came here both for a request and an offer.
Hmm, yes, quite.
As for the as for the request, we have something that needs to be delivered to. Trish can't remember the name of the dude.
Jason.
Jason,
Jason.
I
Jason.
I
believe
kept
that
wanting to call
his
him Jacob
dread
in my head.
is he's an artificer of what domain of dread?
He is a unique domain of dread that's not quite, it's more like a lesser sibling to all of the main dreads.
Hmm.
He is dread, but he doesn't have a
It, it doesn't have a
larger,
name. It doesn't have a full name or whatever to it.
yeah, it's not as well participated in as like the others, and in addition to
Okay.
that, he's more so like it's like if you think of all the dreads like a specific dye, he's a painting without dye.
Right.
Yeah, he's
So
paint.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's Jason.
Okay, Jason.
Uh,
Uh, we have something we must deliver to Jason. There is an, I suppose you would call it an epidemic going round that is targeting specifically the magic of anything. For some reason,
happens to be
it does
artifice.
not seem to affect me and my compatriots, save for Lavender here. And we believe that there is a good reason for that. Our offer is, I ha- we have a way that you may be able to escape this place.
Hmm. Very interesting. Interesting offer. Let me see. He pulls he puts his hand out as he puts on his book, walks over to the window as he's continuing to watching the chain to make his attempts inwards. He holds out his hand like back over to you because he wants to see what you are referring to.
Instead
The
of
item that you want to deliver to
handing
the
him anything, the oh basically opens the lab door, because I imagine they're holding the shit in the lab.
yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah, that's for the best.
It's like I see. You're able to like very rare to have one of this caliber being able to be utilized. It's been some time to even me and my family have been unable to access our own spaces thanks to the chain. But it is nice to see some can still be used.
It
Good.
We were lucky enough to meet someone who allowed us to use this space.
Still, though, I would need to see what you would like to send.
D, real quick, D knocks on the door just so that uh Korak and Ty know that D it is they aren't in trouble.
Mhm.
And D
Okay.
walks in,
Yep.
grabs a
Korak
vial.
opens the door and it's like, hey, escape route's this way.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Uh, D grabs a vial and holds it up to the iris, not immediately handing it over.
Child, I still cannot read it if if I cannot see it.
Yeah. Oof.
I assume you want me to have it delivered out to someone in a far distant place, but if I am not even allowed to touch it, then how would we even be able to make that arrangement?
You have not yet agreed that you would. Can I bring you a foot? 1 second.
Hmm.
Sorry, my mom came in.
No, you're totally fine. I'm just reading all the things in the general of like them
Yeah.
playing patty cake. And it's like, we are not children, and I am not trying to trick you. I do not play such a games. Trust me, that is a young man's venture, more so than my own. If you would like me to deliver this, I would like to see what I am delivering first.
Very well. And D
yeah, there's not
finally hands the vial over.
careful with that.
He,
Yeah,
Don't open it.
please be careful. It ate my glove.
It's some kind of it's a trying to remember how to explain what it is. Well, Lavender would
Uh,
explain what it is. It's a sample from the lake where it would kind of corrupt mythical, mystical creatures and powers and stuff, including dread. Had to fight quite a few of them. Someone, it's starting to infect areas, and we want it to be researched so that we may find a cure or other means of counteracting it.
we also have notes on our observations of the substance
Yeah, we
tracing to look
studied
at
it
as
in here.
well.
you can see as all of you sort of exit the extra dimensional space while he's taking a look at the vial, he walks over back to his chair, sitting back down. He holds it up in in like three of his fingers, like his middle finger, his pointer finger, as well as his thumb, sort of like turning the vial back and forth. Very fascinating. And I imagine you were sending this to the artificer, Jason, not just any Jason, but uh, the one down in New Asgrath, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Though he would be in his personal laboratory for this, given the danger this substance can pose.
Yes, quite interesting. He puts down his pipe. Uh, well, he puts his pipe in his mouth as he frees up his left hand, snapping his fingers. You can see what looks to be the invisible maid from earlier. She walks in, and he's like, um, "Hold on to this until we can have it delivered properly. Understood?" You can sort of see the maid head sort of bows as the entity steps outside. Um, so, in addition to that, I imagine you're offering me to leave my space after being able to hold back the chain. Isn't that correct?
Yes, however, you did mention that you have not been able to leave either.
Hmm, that's true. But regardless of the matter, chains, for as intelligent and as scary as it is to most dreads, to those of the Iris, it is bothersome, and we would prefer not to deal with a calamity such as that. We don't fear. We treat it more so like a coming storm, a tsunami, or even an earthquake, mighty as it is. It's more so a force of nature that comes and goes rather than rather than intelligent evil. Now, of course, that's very much not the case. It is indeed sentient, and it does indeed have whoever, but for we of the Iris, as we've said, we do not blame the tornado for destroying towns. But uh, I do find the vial that you've given me quite interesting. The feelings that it gave off was very familiar. Tell me, do any of you notice anything specific as to why the chain has yet to enter my area? I'm sure most of you have known about Saris about a few months ago, where it destroyed an entire area belonging to the Madness, I believe.
Yeah, the infinite store or something. We wound up actually freeing some souls that were trapped there, and then a while later, that happened.
Yes, I was actually a little disappointed. That is where I got most of my personal supplies every now and again. But it happens that way. Another will appear sometimes later, though I did miss my trip over to Sari's. Still, I don't know what pissed it off, but recently I've been seeing the chain be more aggressive, and chain usually only is aggressive under one condition. Something has caught its attention. Usually, that something has to be another dread of some kind that is similar to its own. I take it that the chained is after someone you are potentially after. No?
That's a fairly accurate deduction. Yeah.
Hmm, accurate. So then, my compatriots, let me ask you this. Why yet has it yet to tear this building asunder?
Hmm.
Uh, magic?
So,
because the
Well, if that was the case, the infinite store would have uh, remained in place as it always has. My powers are certainly not strong enough to push it off.
it is
huh.
not intelligent enough to trade, is one
Well,
of my
true,
theories.
true, all valid interpretations. Chain typically doesn't like to get its hands dirty, so to speak, so it does send out feelers rather than, well, participate. Uh, although, while all good guesses, it's best I rather show you. The reason I mention this particularly relates to the item that you had given me. He walks over to the door. Come, follow. I'll show you something. He, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do we just let like Korak and Ty just kind of stay in the thing, or
He basically recommends that for now it's not necessary for you to be in there.
okay, yeah. So
The
we'll
space is
follow.
its own. Yeah. Um, as he takes you down the hallway, um, he walks into a different room off to the left. It seems to be his personal study, but in the corner of the room, uh, in the inner part, he looks over to like the second he walks into the door, he turns right back facing the door, but he's looking closer to one of the corners. Um, and in there, all of you sort of see some kind of mechanical device. Immediately, this feeling feels familiar. Um, or more accurately, the absence of this feeling feels familiar. It feels exactly the same as the area around the lake emanating from this device. Like, I presume this is something that you have encountered before, at least perhaps not in this way.
And what is it?
A powerful device created some decades back by a talented young man. They are colloquially named anchors. Some short, really is short for reality anchors, although most just call them anchors. The designs of these are relatively simple. They prevent and stop supernatural effects from being able to modify in any given space. That applies to all essences, as it locks an area of a certain type in place, preventing any others from changing that space.
So, with this
In your case,
space being wholly yours, it locks
yeah,
it to your specific signature.
that's correct. It's very, it's very handy. It has the capacity to amplify one's own unique signatures and prevent others from taking hold. But but it also has the capacity to deny others their reality. Any alteration beyond what has been approved can be quite troublesome. The As a freebie for letting me leave this place, I will give you one bit of information that will assist you along your ways, especially in regards to this. This silver ichor reminds me of this device. However, this device was created by one person and one person only. Thomas Theodore Ignis. He calls himself Theos, if I'm to be correct. He is named the Anathema. Still, this is the model he typically sends out or sells, depending on the entity, depending on the people who buy from him. He is very particular of who comes and goes and who is allowed to have such devices. Of course, I had to go through a rigorous screening of my own. I ended up forfeiting more than enough secrets. If you were to understand how that is for us, trust me, his costs are higher. Hmm.
Real quick,
This is what it reminds me of. Yes.
uh, as soon as he says Theos, they just hear clang as D face palms. And it's like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
Correct
obvious.
is kind of almost.
Of
Yeah,
course, it was Uncle Theos.
motherfuckers holding out on us.
No, I don't believe that's quite it.
I
His
will say,
devices.
like, it's very obvious Korak is kind of joking.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But but he's like, though it's odd, I've never seen this liquid before at any given estate sales regarding to these devices. Not before or since. That is wholly unique. Mm. It's very rare because Thales has this policy of not messing with his equipment. He's very protective of it, as he believes only certain as he believes that certain hands are allowed to have it. Therefore, if ever fallen into the wrong hands, it would automatically destroy itself.
Makes sense.
Hmm. Even we, the Iris, have been trying to purchase this information from him for aeons. We have agreed to never try to look further into it as a collective. Those who share the banner of the oculus are not allowed to even have a remote interest in dissecting it should we face the wrath of the anathema. Still, hmm, this does interest me. Either way, I will agree to your terms and have it sent out as soon as we reach back to my stand, one of my stands in the nearby cities. Although the ones I imagine you came southward bound, that one no longer has any ability of where I can deliver. I, at the very least, can send it to one of the other locations nearby in one of the sister cities. In the meantime, I am more than happy to hold myself within your space if you would allow me to.
Greatly appreciated. And of course, should you wish to come out and, be outside for a bit, that's okay too.
Ooh, no, I am not a particular fan of those feral things that stand outside. While I do appreciate the silence, those mongrels are, well, he just pulls open
Oh,
the curtain slightly to see a chain try to force its way back in,
I,
only to be repelled. You can
I,
see what I refer
yeah.
to.
I more meant when we got past all of these.
Hmm, potentially. Uh, but again, even like, because he's not meant specifically just the chain, because he
Right.
just doesn't like,
People?
uh, well, that and more specifically, the type of dread that would associate itself with the forest, and like
Uh,
that type of situations. So something similar, like creatures similar to the beast, creatures similar to the dark, and like so like remember Ethan from way back.
yeah,
Uh, yeah. So he's like, yeah, I would prefer to not deal with like heathens such as those. Is what he's essentially saying.
fair.
And to be fair, he also includes Chained in this because even though Chained is sentient and like super fucked up, to him he sees it more like a wild animal or like a tornado.
All right.
Okay, before we can continue, like they leave and we have to do skill checks or whatnot. Can we take like a 10-minute break because I need to go use the restroom and go grab food?
Yeah, we could take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Whew. Oh, that's
Okay.
good. Oh yeah, but I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, Swarm. Like that's exciting.
Thanks.
Having
Yeah.
a raise, but I'm not jealous about the 60-hour thing.
Well, that's only gonna be for a little bit because the different company bought our building and all that. So there's a bunch of changing around going on. But they're also going to be changing our schedule up a little bit after all of this to where I'm working 4 10-hour days, but I'm off for 3 days.
That's not bad actually. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
see.
nice.
Yeah, no, that's very manageable considering that, unfortunately quite used to 6 days of 10-hour days.
Yeah. Ugh.
So it's like 4 10s? Bitch, please. And I get 3 days off? Yeah, there we go. That'll work.
I'll take it. I'm happy for you. That's nice. My
Yeah.
workplace is. Oh, fun fact, guys! I got workplace accommodations for my job because I was exhausted physically standing 8 hours a day, like just standing in place for like 8 hours a day every day for 5 days. So I was like, fuck this. I need to sit down. So they finally got my accommodations for a chair. So I have a chair
Good.
now. Very
Dang, the things
exciting.
you have to do just to be able to sit.
Yeah, it took me 2 months to get a chair, by the way. Uh, it's crazy. Uh, it was not enjoyable waiting that entire time because my body was like my doctor was actually concerned for my health at one point. She was like, why does your body like act like this? You're for someone your age. It's not okay." So she was concerned, which I totally understand why, but like I would be too because I was like, what the hell is this shit? Um, so it's just like it is what it is. But I have a chair now, and I do like the chair. And it's nice because they're like, hey, by the way, unless you have permission from management, you can't. Please do not use the chairs. Except I do, so I do have permission, so I can use the chairs. So that's always gonna be fun for me. Mm. Oy. Yeah. Uno River. I'm hoping we get Beryl back soon. I know he's starting to chat again, so that's exciting.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, I've mostly only seen him on like Steam.
Yeah, I've seen him a little bit on uh Ren's channel when people post art here and there. Um so it's nice to hear from him. But so I'm actually kind of excited to see if when he'll join back because I kind of put off a couple character introductions or a couple like not just a character introductions, but like a couple things off to the side, for certain characters. Because like obviously I had some introductions for Ren's character, and then I was like, oh well, I thought it'd be cool to have an introduction for Tolsimir, and then Ren disappeared, and then Tolsimir disappeared. Ben, and then sorry, not Beryl. So I was like, oh, it's okay. I'll wait till they call back to us. So I'm hoping he's doing okay though. Good time. Other than that, no. Um, what's everyone have planned for? I guess these next couple weeks or so. Something fun.
Not too much in the next couple weeks. Just his work's getting set for state testing coming up in May.
Oof. Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of things going on there. Mhm. Yes, that's good. Oy. Uh, kill him, killing it. Hell yeah, start killing him. Ooh, I'll take that one. You're in top mode. Damn. Oh, damn, that was huge. Damn it. Motherfucker. Young High Roller. uh, Princess is capture all day. I became the question. I lost. Ah, yeah.
Back.
Hello, hello. Do
Lolo.
we,
Hi.
do we have everyone back, or do we still? Muse, are you still here with us?
Yep, I'm still here.
Perfect. Go ahead and get going. So yes, so basically he's agreed to sort of deliver your package, and he's trying to help, but essentially he's just letting everyone know that like, hey, this is what I've seen, this is what it looks like to me. So let's. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry. I started a game. I'm almost done. I just
All good.
lost, so I think we should be good.
Real quick in Spam and Rice, I posted a picture of the autographs I got at KimiCon.
Oh yeah, you could put that like in real life stuff. That should be fine.
I
That's
forgot
like
we
that's
had
the
that one.
no worries. Um, I just lost, so we should be good. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, basically, um, you can sort of see, uh, he as he gets together the rest of his stuff, he's kind of very nonchalant um about this whole situation. Like, yes, there's obviously, his house is about to be torn down and everything like that, but um he he doesn't quickly. He walks casually over to one of the other. He walks outside the room again, casually walking over to it, opening the door. Seems to be one of the rooms off to the side. He grabs a suitcase and is starting to put things into it, but things that you would normally, you would think you would put like uh sort of important documents or anything like that. He just puts uh casual books that that are very clearly not supernatural based in any fashion. Uh, they just seem they're not even like anything like, oh, how physics works, or how a breakdown of understanding the dreads, or even like or even like any encyclopedias or anything like that. It's more so a series of like fictional works that he seems to be personally interested in. Like one of them was called "The History and Life of Simon Wright." The another is uh, the Feywilds and the Feywilds and the story uh, of the traveler who was lost. And then there's also um, a book that seems to be like a conspiracy theory book. It's like, what exactly are Realmers? And another book is about the Great and Magnificent Daydreamer, and similar books of all that nature. He's just putting them into a suitcase that he is filling rather than like what you would imagine important documents or anything like artifacts of any of the kind. He really doesn't seem to be interested in that because you can currently see that there are indeed those types of artifacts here and there that you would kind of deem like, oh, like this is a magical item of some kind that potentially could be important that oozes with the power of the iris. But for him, or the oculus, for him though specifically, he just doesn't seem to bother. Um, he quickly um, grabs his pocket watch, placing it into his top pocket as he um, walks over to the group. Uh, you can see the flurry of the invisible like butler and maid outfits running around as you can see them sort of uh, preparing the places and bringing anything else that he would find valuable uh, down to the front downstairs um, as he sort of as he himself sort of walks down with them. He's like, "All right. So, what exactly is the plan to leaving such a place?"
Well,
Well,
currently, the plan is for you to hide in the lab while I and Lavender try to sneak back past the chains.
I see. Interesting. Perhaps, perhaps we might be able to create a distraction of sorts. You there, you there, Goliath. Would it be possible for you to grab the device in my study? Yes. Would that be possible?
yeah, I
Yeah.
could probably do it.
Amazing. Um, Korak, as you run upstairs to quickly grab it, he looks to you, D, and I believe Device, you are an artificer yourself, are you not?
I am.
Would you be willing to turn my device, its explosive capacity, into something that would, let's say, temporarily shut down all supernatural phenomenon within the area? Would you be
Theoretically,
willing to do that?
theoretically, I would, but I would also have to add a caveat to it.
By all means.
I would rather not be shut down by this device as well.
Hmm. Yes, I do see that can be posing an issue of sorts, but let me see if I have something that can do that. Something that can assist you along the way. Uh, he snaps his fingers to, and some of the butlers runs off to some other far off rooms inside the mansion. Uh, Coming back with it some notes that he was able to purchase legally. That is he makes very specific clear that he's got this information legally from artificers of all over to like notes that may be useful for D to be able to look through. Like If that is the case, I imagine this would assist you in allowing such outcomes to prevent your own self-destruction, if that's all right with you. Um, I
Uh,
see, as I mentioned previously, tampering with said device would immediately cause some negative side effects, uh, so to speak. But it would help, at the very least, in this particular manner. It should be able to assist you without causing too much trouble. It might not kill the chains, but at the very least, it should stun him. He also passes over the note that he was referring to over to you. Consider this an investment of sorts. Above table questions and relieving. Oh, uh, yeah. I mean, you can ask if you want to ask one.
uh, Korak kind of comes back down with the anchor, and he goes, "This will be sacrificing the defense of this place, though I'm sure you have other methods of its protection. But just in case, are there any other items that you'd like to see, kept safe?"
Oh no, I fully understand that this place will go down the moment this anchor just is destroyed. I am, very, very aware of that. However, information is important not because it lasts forever, but that it existed and is recorded. That is what makes history and stories so compelling. I understand that this place will go down in a blaze of glory, but um, hmm. But at the very least, we can always build again. There is no, I have no qualms about its disappearance.
There were some items that we saw that looked rather interesting. Would it offend you at all if we were to bring those with us?
Hmm. Well, as I said, I've decided to invest in you and you and your group. From everything that I've seen that is public knowledge to dreads and dread kinds, and for the information you have shared with our faction, I would like to consider that an investment on my end. Just be sure to keep me in mind in your future endeavors.
Absolutely.
Hmm. All right.
Uh,
Not much to go around here, but an immense amount of explosions. I, how, Miss, my miscellaneously mechanical friend. Do you, by any chance, how long do you think it would take you to make our so-called device into a functional weapon without, let's say, automatically causing its self-destruction?
Uh,
Trish, you with us?
yeah,
Oh, there you
I
go.
I'm here. Uh, sorry. I was looking over my tools because I thought at one point I had seen something that said, uh, takes so long to do XYZ, but I
Uh-huh.
am not seeing that.
What was the item?
No, no, I thought I had read on either my alchemist or tinker's tools or smith's tools something about it takes so long to do XYZ, but I think what I was remembering was the repair under tinker's tool where t- you you restore 10 hit points to for each hour of work.
Got it. Got it. Um, like,
Uh, may I may I just say a time frame that I think
sure.
would be viable?
Yeah, sure. Enough
D
that enough like enough time that seems fair, but enough time that if the group had a chance to like want to look around and see what's there, um, or like be able to talk to the gentleman right in front of them, they're more than the Irish guy in front of them. They're more than welcome to.
Yeah. Uh,
I forget. We
D is
already
looking.
know this guy's name, right?
I forgot it to be genuinely honest. Um,
Fair.
it's been a little too long. What was his
Sir
name?
Norton.
Yeah. Uh, give it that. Uh, why don't um
Real good. D is looking
yeah.
over the paper and is like, luckily I am familiar with some of Theos's works, but with the caveat of specifying our party's uh supernatural naturalness, it will take me a
Hmm.
bit longer than expected to rewire it. Give me 3 to 4 hours. That should get it done.
Excellent. In the meantime, if you need me, I'd be more than happy to I would be more than happy to enter your space.
Ah, if you have any, if there is anything else that you would like to save but did not wish to carry on your own, I do have space in my bag of holding.
As I mentioned, uh I am not beholden to anything in particular. Yes, I do have a collection of my own, but it's more so for personal enjoyment rather than a need to have such an items. Everything I have is not something that cannot be regained at a later point in time.
Understood.
But I would say, being generous, feel free to each take a singular item of your own. As uh, does that sound reasonable to you, to you and your folk?
That sounds incredibly generous.
Amazing. If you would like to talk, I will find myself a nice little cozy spot in this laboratory of yours. I did always want to see what a space belonging to those of the Reaper faction looks like. By the way, where is this Reaper? I I know that they are here. I can sense their energy, but they have been invisible for some time now.
Yeah,
Oh,
we had the invisibility spell cast on them to help them navigate around the chains.
Yes, I imagine so. The chains are, let's say, hazardous to life. Uh, so, um, so you do have about a couple hours as it is there. The gentleman does enter the space. If anyone, I would consider this right now as a short rest, as technically the space itself is protected. So there's really no threat of entering directly. Um, but if you do want to take a short rest now, this would be the opportune time. Anyone who wants to explore the place can also do so. So either they can so in this time, there's you can only do one of two things. You can either rest, or you can sort of explore the place and look for anything that might interest you.
Korak will
how
explore.
clean is this place?
It's really well kept. Like the invisible people that are in butler and maid outfits like consistently clean
The
this place.
unseen servants?
The unseen servants, yes. The only thing you see are the literal maid and butler outfits.
Okay, in that case, Lavender's too scared to touch anything, so he's gonna stay put.
But you can sort of see um, the unseen servants sort of like as the time goes on, they gather together and they sort of grab some of the weapons off the mantle that was sort of like held there for uh, decorative purposes. As you can sort of see them readying weapons. In the back, there's like a sharpening wheel that you would see more so akin to that of a like whetstones and like small tinkering area which D can utilize in the back as they sort of tinker with the device. If Lavender, you're staying put. Ty, what do you want to do?
I think she'll help look around the space.
Yeah. And then D, you're also busy, so unfortunately, while you do this, you cannot do either. Um,
Yeah.
Actually, if I see Ty getting up and walking around on her own, we're like, wait, nope, hold on, I'm chaperoning.
Fair enough.
Hold on, I'm getting a premonition. Hold on.
hold on, burning building.
Ty just
Uh,
accidentally grabbing something that causes cinders to explode.
Yeah, he gets up,
Just
buddy
touches
system, buddy.
something.
The cat
Yeah,
just knocked down.
just touches something and it just spontaneously combusts.
he's like awesome. Um, But as that going on, then Korak and Ty, I do need you. So Lavender, while you're chaperoning, you can still treat yours as a regular short rest for yourself. But Ty and Korak, if you do want to explore, I do need investigation checks.
All right. 14. Hey.
It's not bad. And then Ty, I also need one.
One time. High roll.
16,
16.
not bad. Yeah. Um, Korak, you didn't find anything particularly interesting in any of the items in and of themselves. For the most part, all you were able to find were like plus, like generic +1 items that their magical property is just being magical in and of itself. There's no real um,
Mm.
interest in weapons one another, but you are also able to find a bit of gold.
I mean, if there is like a +1 like throwing axe or something, I mean, I have regular axes right now.
Those axes I believe um do return to you.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you find
one
maybe
is
like you find maybe one or two axes
cool.
that are +1 that are hand axes. Um but for the most part you find you find 17 extra pieces of gold.
Oh, cool. It's just like a little bag just kind of sitting there, and Clark's just kind of like, huh.
Well, if he's not gonna need it.
I guess.
Yeah.
I,
As for
I
you,
think Korak gets the axes, and Gore's just like, God damn it with the axes again.
he's like, dude, we have plenty of axes. Get something else.
Okay, fine. What do you suggest?
Halberd.
I have a halberd. I have axes. Let's see.
A
Well, you know what?
bigger
How about
halberd.
Gore does an investigation?
Yeah. Tor's gonna be like, what?
Yeah,
He's gonna do invest.
how about you take a look around, see if anything's
I'm
smart.
gonna say he's never done this before, so he's gonna be at disadvantage.
Can Korak help him?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah,
Because Korak did his own investigation,
that's
so he's
fair.
gonna
Could Lavender help him?
he has
He doesn't find anything much better.
and he's like, okay, well, I'm good at killing things, so keep it at that.
Yeah, so alright then, the +1 axes. Because they're better
Yeah.
than the regular axes whose only property is they return. Because we do that anyway.
So,
We had to have those when our powers were, cut out.
okay, but like this is sort of the equivalent of having an inventory and then filling it all with sticks.
Well, what else am I gonna do with it? Like, I'll figure something out. We're gonna find a way to make this turn this into just throwing a bunch of axes at one time.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, whatever. Like,
We'll figure it out.
as as the two of them are like going back and forth on axes, Ty, with your 16, um, let's see what you find. You do find one potion of dragon's breath. So you do get to it's basically you drink the potion, you're able to be able to breathe fire. Uh, let's see.
Cinder's cheering. Hell yeah!
It's like whoa, like hey, potion of fire breath, that's cool. So you can go ahead and add that as well.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, so that's something that you find a little bit better. It's like, hey, that's super cool. Um, what uh what what breath? I guess I said fire breath, didn't
Yeah,
I?
you said fire breath.
Potion of fire breath, yeah. So it's about as equivalent as you take, what is it, 46 uh fire damage or half as much on a saving throw. You could just look it up, potion of fire breath, but that is what you have. Um it's like,
Cool.
essentially it's like, hey, so you're a Leviathan. Like I thought Leviathans don't really get the powers, right? That's normal. So why is it that you and your brother can like keep the powers?
Hmm. Good question. I don't know.
That's kind of cool though. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Like imagine if like all the Leviathans could do that. That would be scary. Because then they would just see
Yeah.
something and then just do what that person did. That's pretty not great.
Kind of
Ugh.
reminds me of the fucking outlines.
He's like, oh yeah, what the hell was that like? Those outline guys.
They were assholes. One of them was a dick that kept shooting us in the eye. Well, it shot me in the eye, and it sucked.
Hmm.
But we were able to make like this kind of gun using a sphere of annihilation that we found. Jason was able to kind of create a gun that used it that really hurt him pretty good. It seems to be their opposite or something.
Nice. Oh.
So so in classic fashion for for myself and Gore, we talked to Jason about the idea of turning that into a void warhammer kind of deal with the sphere
Dope.
of annihilation set in the headpiece.
And I missed it.
You
Damn
did.
it. That sucks. Oh.
Well, that's okay. We'll have more stuff to blow up in the future, I'm sure.
Well, do you at least still have it, or like what happened to
No,
it?
it's currently with Jason. He is currently working on that as kind of a project of his for the next time we wind up encountering those outlines.
Damn it. All right. Well, that was kind of like, what if I could do that? Do you think I could do? Do
What?
you think we could do that, Ty? And you could see the flaming entity just like looking over at you, Ty. Um, he's like, could I shoot a laser beam like that?
Probably, yeah. We should look into that.
Yeah, we should definitely look into that. I don't know if I could do void stuff because that's like seems impossible. But like, I'd be super down to blow stuff up.
And how does Gore react to the idea of a sphere of annihilation being put into the head of a warhammer?
He's like, yeah, that's he's like, "W- I chose right when I picked my partner, but I didn't expect us to be able to shoot laser beams.
I mean, it was only for that like one time when we had the gun that that Jason made. It was an artifice thing, so I was kind of thinking it would be something that D would be able to wield a little better,
Oop, one sec,
because
guys. I'm cutting out. One moment. Sorry, folks, it's not working right now. Give me one sec. Okay, I think I can hear you, folks. Can you hear me?
all right, yep, we can
Yes.
hear you. I can hear you anyway.
Yep.
But
Sorry, I had to
Cora could
do last minute adjustments, but yes.
yeah, Cora kind of explained something like the thing with the gun, and it was kind of a temporary thing. But like initially, I thought that it would be something for D to wield because of how like the void sphere thing, void sphere of annihilation or whatever, reacts to a creature's intelligence, which, obviously D would be the better one to have that. But who knows? We'll see what the actual product looks like.
Hmm. Alrighty. Well, in the meantime, I guess. How we? But in the meantime, I guess. Well, why don't we check on DC where they're at? Uh, D, go ahead. I'm going to have you uh, roll me a check with your tinkering tools.
What do you
Yeah,
want?
with the 21. Yeah, with the 21, with the hours that you gave, it's able to work relatively. You're able to work relatively quickly. Although you can see the so usually, um, most people are actually like the second anyone tries tampering with the device, you know how like there's like that one little tag on it. It's like don't rip off this device or it's against the law to do it, blah 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 blah, all that fun stuff. Um, or like or if you break it, you break warranty. And but for him, breaking warranty means shutting of destroying the device entirely. Um, because of the fact that you are familiar with his technology every so often, just because these designs were something that you're familiar with after he helped you rebuild. After he helped you rebuild Bartholomew a couple times, you're able to bypass it using not only what's your knowledge of his works, but also um, in combination with all the notes that you were given uh, by the man as he by the Irish gentleman as he's able to um, you know collected that over a long period of time successfully. You would have indeed created a functional bomb to basically do what this does, but in a greater scale, and more of like a rather than a permanent consistent effect. It's more so one large concussive literal explosion of anti supernatural properties all at once. Instead of, you know, instead of rejecting it, it outright shuts it down. You're able to actually combine this with the little knowledge that you're able to glean through silver, silver ichor, as you're able to completely build it out. All that's left to do would be to utilize it with through some form of trigger. What is that trigger, Trish?
Hmm. So you're saying it's a trigger that causes the explosion, or a trigger that causes the uh, anti magic barrier thing?
It's the same. It's in this particular case, it's both.
Okay.
So you're turning it into an actual bomb, but you're using the properties all in one go.
I think D would just set up like a simple timer.
All right,
Gives
that
the
sounds fair.
gives them enough time to get out, but not so much time that it allows the chain to escape the area of effect.
Fair enough. Um, so as you turn on the timer, immediately what you notice around the area which was sort of consistent this entire time, you hear a large crash through one of the windows from the upper floors as you hear the rattling of chains. Uh, you've come to realize that while this device is turned on and it does have like a few second timer, whatever what the device was functioning in the manner that it was, preventing the chain from entering, now is sort of focusing all of its attention on the timer and what comes after, which means it's utilizing the former space here. Um, so whatever the case is,
Which means it's time to go.
pretty much. Uh, so just to be sure, I need so the only two people. So the group has uh, basically put it off. So Kai and Korak, as well as the Iris gentlemen, they head back inside to the interdimensional space, which means Lavender and D, you are only two folks that need to make me check. Again, this is you're trying to get out there quickly, but you're also trying to get out there without also catching the attention of the chained. While the chained is currently being distracted, um, I will say that the DC is a little bit lower. It is now a DC of 20.
Can we still use stealth?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a one-time check for of stuff for both of you.
Okay, cool. I'll do pass without a trace again.
Mhm. Go ahead and roll me.
Do we still have bardic inspiration, or was that a one-time thing?
Those are
It's a one
one-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you already used it, then that's it.
unless you want to give us
Yay.
another one.
Well, if we had a short rest.
D, you succeeded. Uh, I loved her. You also succeed. Yeah, you both successfully succeed. No issues
We
here.
successfully succeed.
Yeah, successfully succeed. Yeah, people die when they are killed. Um, so as you guys make yourselves out of the house, you two look back as you dodge a flurry of chains. Now that one has like successfully made its way, a endless stream of chains surrounding the building just completely 360 like omnidirectional try to flood into the building, like tearing it bit by bit, um like basically running right through it, um all the way in. uh as you turn around to see this once large mansion essentially being ripped up, the timer tick 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 ding in a large concussive force. Because you're also stealthing it, I need a dexterity saving throw from both of you.
Ooh.
Okay, 14.
Come on, D.
It's 12. Okay. All right, both of you are going to take damage here.
Okay.
It's going to be, yeah, because it's going to be quite a bit. And then there is a secondary effect. So you both take, wow, that's a lot. You both take 94 damage. This is bludgeoning damage. Or actually, no. What is it? What's the explosion? What is that considered?
Or
Yeah, we consider force damage. That's right. Because the explosion barrels in Baldur's Gate are very helpful. But yeah, this would be considered force damage. And additionally to that, uh, you're both also affected by
deafened or something? What's going on?
no. So remember, the bomb is basically what you do. Do you remember how the creatures had their supernatural properties essentially slowly drained out of them, and it was driving them crazy? This is not quite that, but in the sense that this was sort of a bomb. So rather than it being a slow, painful drain, it more so temporarily hit both of you and shut off your supernatural properties.
Would it?
I feel
Would it?
like I'm
Because
just dead now, aren't I?
because D did
Or like I'm
say it would take that long because D is basically made a caveat in the programming or whatever that
Right.
the party would not be affected because D was aware that turning
Still a
off
bomb.
the supernatural ability in them,
Would probably kill.
yeah, definitely
Yeah,
kill
it would
D,
kill both of
probably
these two.
kill Lavender.
Yeah,
that's right.
both of us are probably like dead.
Dead. uh, that's true. I forgot about that. Yes. In that case, you still do get with concussive force because it's still a bomb, but because it's still a pretty big bomb. That thing is huge, but you're able to, at the very least, avoid the more nastier effects of said bomb. But you do get hit with that concussive force.
And we take that full amount.
Well, I have like
If you have
10
anything
feet.
to cut it, if you have anything to reduce that damage, you're more than welcome to utilize that. But that is what you take. Because it's basically half as much on a successful save, and the full amount on a unsuccessful save. A 12 and a 14 unfortunately does not save that.
Yeah, I don't have anything to stop that.
I mean, if you can try to re-roll your
I mean, if
your
I
dex
knew we
save.
were in danger of getting hit by something, like, oh hey, we just set a bomb. Let's escape. He could have made like gotten himself some temporary HP to offset it.
Yeah, I
But
mean, if you want to do that retroactively, because it is a bomb. Like I said, it's
okay,
still
yeah.
a bomb.
So that would have
Um,
taken off. How much is half my HP? Wait, not half. What is that again? 40 something HP. So that would take off some of that.
okay. Do you, and then you might be able like the do you have a flash of brilliance still or no?
You mean Flash of Genius?
Flash of genius, yeah. What's the modifier for that?
4.
Or so I thought it was a 5. You said no. Yeah, you said flash of genius is a +5.
Okay,
No.
yeah. So mine is temp HP is 56. So that would take away. Hold on.
If I
something 8.
if I said +5, I think I was accidentally adding my proficiency, not my intelligence.
Intelligence.
My intelligence is 4.
It should +4. That would still be enough. Oh no, it wouldn't be. You would be one shy.
D is
But the DC is
D is
Are you
okay to
alive?
take the full brunt. D's just gonna be in bad shape, but D will be alive.
yeah. That's fine. Either way, the concussive force like does blow and like does hurt pretty quickly. Uh, so uh, I believe yeah, because that's what the both the dex saves were for. Um, let us see. But successfully, you both come out of this not unscathed, but definitely there was worse things.
Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the very,
if I had time to put my temp HP, I would have reduced that to 38
that's
HP
fine.
or 38 force
Yeah.
damage.
So then you do take 38 force damage, so you're able to basically nullify that. Not nullify, but not take the full brunt. Um, but these are some pretty powerful bombs. This is sort of why you turned it into a bomb. You can sort of see in the process, though, as you turn back, the house is completely level. Like this is a mansion. This is not a small place. Basically, what it did, it turned that entire space into an explosive force that turned a space that was meant to be consistent into a space that was essentially designed to detonate. Um, and as a result, all the chains that you saw earlier, you see you see bits and pieces of chains sort of fall out of the sky. Like they're not even like cohesive, singular, long strands of chains. They're just chain links falling out of the sky, um, and like clattering onto the ground. But they're for the most part, it's completely still. Um, there's no real movement to them. They like in fact the entire area, the oppressive feeling that you had felt for days now, it feels oddly calm, like incredibly calm. Uh, it's you're not sure how far the distance is, but for the entire space, there's no real variation of supernatural forces besides yourselves that have sort of taken place. Like you can still feel, like you can still see the trees and nature and all that stuff, but anything that once held uh, supernatural forces, like the iris, like the chained, is just quieted. Um, of course, it was still a physical bomb, so that did play a part as the ground like shook violently at the resulting explosion, using the mansion as a uh, catalyst. And some of the trees nearby are definitely like knocked over or burning, but not enough to start a forest fire. Just it's very clear that this area is leveled completely. Like you could see all the way on the other side of where the other trees are. It is gone, gone. Um, but that being the case, it doesn't seem like for the moment the chained is able to bother you. Whatever it is, whatever this moment in time is, it's like it is very for the first time in a while, it feels awfully you feel awfully not safe, but not feeling anxious about the entities nearby. Uh, that being the case, for the people inside the uh, inside the laboratory. Are we now that you have exited, now that like the other party members have exited? D, are you gonna try to let them out?
Yeah, well, uh, once they're sure that there's not any like residual effects, like not a second explosion or something, D is
Yeah.
going to open the door. D is gonna look rough.
We need some healing. Actually, wait, I can heal. You just can't heal me. I forgot about that. Anyway, here you go. I'll give you some cure wounds. Let me see at what level I should give it to you. I could also do
Ty,
some.
yeah. Go ahead and roll for healing, Lavender, while you do that. But
Okay.
Korak, Ty, as you step out, the first thing you see is D and Lavender look worse for wear. But then you look behind them and you see you see what once used to be like filled with like trees as well as a full mansion has been completely wiped off the face of Ethos. It is gone. It's just flat land for a large stretch of time. You weren't because you were in an extra dimensional space. Naturally, you were un like that's fine. I'll try to wrap up soon, anyways.
Thank you.
But uh, as you guys step out, you can feel the same sort of feeling as you did in the forest previously when you had discovered it in the lake. But unlike that particular event, which was like a slow, painful spread, this is it's like you know how like when you can feel intensity in the air, um you don't know exactly where or what, but you know it's there. Obviously you folks know specifically what it is, but as you step out, it's just gone. Um uh yeah. Korak, do you also want to do any healing assistance?
Uh, yeah, Korak will. Well, Korak can only really heal D because
Yes.
his is. But yeah, he should have at least 30 of lay on. I don't think I've used any lay on hands today, so he should at least have 30 points worth on him.
Yeah, D
Yeah,
does
that should be
say
fine.
I am at 6% ability or 6% health.
Yeah, let's go ahead and try to bump that up. And Korak's gonna kind of pat Dean on the shoulder with lay on hands.
Yay!
But yeah, it's let me do this.
Oh, hey, that was a full cure wounds right there. I'll give you another
Yeah.
one though for first level, and then a healing spirit as well. Well, actually, how much are you giving for it?
I'm giving him 30. I'm giving Deep 30 points of healing.
Ooh, so grand total of 33, I guess. No, 43, combining with Lavender.
Yep. Is that enough, or do I need to do more?
How are you feeling? I can give you a healing spirit.
We might not
D
want to
is
burn
at
through the spell slots.
49%.
Okay. Maybe Korak will go ahead and pump in like maybe 50 then in that case.
Would you like a healing
50.
spirit?
So 50 plus 13 brings you to 63.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, big bomb, really effective.
No, I'm laughing. D is now at 69%.
Nice.
Nice. I'm a child.
Me too.
Right, we're keeping it there. It's an
Yep.
auspicious number. I guess.
It's like,
Huh.
yeah, we got you to 70. No, we don't. I don't want that number. Like, what do you mean?
Need to burn off just 1% for reasons for
1%
efficiency.
for efficiency purposes. Yeah. Um. But yeah. Uh.
Oh wait, reason I kept saying percent is because I thought it would be funny because D has exactly 100 hit points.
That's actually freaking awesome. I do like the idea that it's
That's pretty cool.
That's fun. You can have percentages now. Very easy.
That is
Yeah.
amazing, honestly.
A doc. That's why I dock my HP. It's like now I'm at 100, just flat.
Yeah.
Cool.
But D, fun fact, you do gain something. Yes, you definitely uh, blew yourself. You definitely created a bomb, but you were as you were able to like as you're able to like work with it, you're getting a better idea of how it functions and what it is and all that. Uh, you do understand a little bit more of how this device works, um, which is huge because not a lot of people, like not a lot of people can even touch this technology without, for one, Theos does find out. Two, those who do find out typically are considered, or those who have this information are very few and far in between. This is like Coca-Cola locked up. Only two people know, and they cannot be on the same plane ever. Level of information. Uh, you are now able to add yourself as to one of those very, very limited people to have that knowledge into you.
Yay.
Well, shit.
Yeah. So perhaps specifically, you don't know the ins and outs of everything, but you have a general idea, and like you don't know like it to like a fine-tuned degree, but you know the basics and you can understand the general idea and mechanisms of how this thing functions.
If
Uh,
you were given a blueprint, you could probably make one.
yes, you would make a very crude one, but one nonetheless. No.
That's cool.
Yeah. Trish, last thing before we head off for the evening, I want you to roll me Arcana.
What did I just do? I'm sorry, I
Oh.
apparently pressed a button on my keyboard and it deleted everything I had just written.
Oh no, that's
It's
not
not a
good.
big deal. It was just 1d20 plus 9.
Yeah. Okay, that's still pretty good. 19. With the 19, like after everything that was mentioned to you, like D, like especially with understanding that the this person of the iris, God, I really need to give him a name. Um, but this iris person had mentioned the device that you had just used, as well as the item that you had given him to have it delivered, uh, have similarities, almost, uh, almost to the point to where it's not really a coincidence. Uh, about it, but given that is the case, perhaps this newfound knowledge, might be able to give you a fighting chance. Because while currently you and your compatriots generally are immune because of the fact that it protects Benjamin, other people, for instance, Lavender.
What?
Benjamin is trying to get around copyright law.
Oh,
uh, Definitely. Well, uh,
I send in, I get him, I write a letter and say, cease, desist, do not.
cease and
but
desist.
But yeah,
So
D hopes that their new knowledge will be able to help them figure out the Icker, at least
definitely.
enough to halt the uh uh I forgot the word, decline. Halt the decline
Yeah,
of lavender.
yeah, not just lavender,
In a, in everyone,
but
but
potentially
Please.
the plague doctor as well, because
I
there is
forgot the
coming to a
plague
But I
doctor
point.
am here,
existed.
an immediate. The plague doctor
Uh,
is in a coma.
yeah,
Yeah.
state. Um,
uh,
Given that, you still need the plague doctor as we come up to a close. Given that the time of when you are coming into contact with the chain in full force seems to be approaching soon, given the frequency of interacting with it. Um, Additionally, if you hope to save your uh, friend Hawthorne from the potential threat of Cyprus, it's coming to a point to where this information might be more helpful sooner rather than later. Perhaps it may not you may not be able to create something cleanly, but you have enough information to work with to create something at all, potentially counteract um, such issues.
ooh,
Additionally, the group comes to realize they may need to have another chat with their uh, with with their familiar, consistently local smith.
mhm,
Uh, as you all, I imagine since it's like because technically this session is still part of the same day as the previous couple sessions, so I imagine at this point everyone is sort of on the tail end of what they can do. Uh, what does the group want to do now? Because it's sort of like at this stage, it's it was this is midday, but it's been this it was it was morning time when you were encountering uh, the chains attacking the outpost. When you got to the city, it was a few hours later towards the afternoon, and you were sent out about 2 p.m. after discussing um, with each other about what to do going forward.
mhm,
When you were at it didn't take too long to get to this house area, but D took a few hours of your day just to be able to create the bomb that it did to be able to level the area. While it worked immensely well, both concussively as well as supernaturally, um, at this point of the day, I would say it's closer to 5 or 6 p.m.
mm,
It's still technically summertime, so it's still pretty daylight, but it is towards the later half of your day.
yeah. So try. And how far are we from the next town?
You're about a couple days out.
Couple days out, anyway.
So you can technically go back and make it to the previous part of the previous, no, not the part of the town, but the previous town. But uh, the Iris cannot send out anything from that post. He has to go to a different post.
Yeah, I think we could probably use what daylight we have to press forward a little bit more. But I think because there's like an area where we're no longer feeling the chain's effect, right?
It's pretty consistent. You don't know how far it reaches, but it's right now. Like you don't.
Chained
Right.
cannot interact with this
So I
space.
think maybe we kind of go about as far as like we can before it starts getting dark, and we kind of try to find a spot where we can reliably rest,
Yeah,
but not set ourselves back by going back into the city.
yeah, that sounds fair. Um, then as the group makes their way, they eventually about 4 hours walk toward further north towards the next town over. Um, you can see the this Irish person. The more you look at him, the more strange he kind of is. Just because, I mean, stranger than what you normally see with the Iris. Uh, but he's leisurely just like reading a book as he's walking. He's keeping pace with the group. Um, but unlike the other Iris who does have like artifacts and other things to keep themselves safe to a degree. He is completely just nonchalant, like he's not even noticed. Like he's basically heading off into work, or he's about to go to a local coffee shop. Except that coffee shop is 3 days
Dude,
away.
dude's so powerful. He doesn't have to give a fuck.
Actually, it's quite the opposite. He's not. He's if you could like one on anyone could one on anyone in this group could one him and probably win. He just doesn't give a fuck.
Fair.
You know,
Honestly,
he
I can respect the energy.
yeah. Uh, but it seems like this particular member of the Iris has a lot closer relationships to a majority of the factions, and he's pretty insightful in comparison. Whereas the other members of the Iris, they were only interested in deals and direct communication, sort of like you give me this, I give you that, uh, in a transactional way. This one seems to be more philosophical and thought provoking, where you were clear like he very much was able to introduce specifically why this group of unknown adventurers or not unknown but like of up and coming adventurers were the ones who defeated the Scholar of Rot, um, are heading his direction while Chained is literally outside his door. uh, he seems to know more than he lets on, uh, or at the
Which
very least he's
doesn't
quicker to
seem
figure
too
things out.
surprising for one of the Oculus.
Yes.
That's kind of
uh,
their thing.
It is. Intelligence is very much their thing. Uh, Charisma, that's a different thing entirely. Most of them lack it, very much so. Uh, but yeah, you guys find a place to settle for the evening. As even though you've traveled for over 4 hours at this point, and you guys are not like moving at a leisurely pace too. Like you're hauling ass. Um, the effects, even though you've long since like uh, been no longer near the area, you still feel the effects where like the oppressiveness that usually came with the train is not affecting at all. Um, although you're like you are considerably miles down out of the way, and you are nowhere near um, the initial detonation site, but still you feel the effects just reach out this far out. Um, still, it feels every time, even though you keep moving forward, slowly but surely, you are feeling like sort of the lingering effects start to creep back in. Not in the sense that uh, the detonation effect is wearing off. More so, uh, more so, you're reaching a point to where it's getting closer. Like it's weaker the further out you go. Um, so, as it comes to close for the evening, you guys group together and make your camp for the night. Uh, Ty, as you sleep for the evening, the day itself has been relatively weird for you. You're still sort of dealing with the chain numerous times. After waking up from a not great dream with the chained, your interactions with Ben, your interactions with your brother, um, everything that's just sort of going on, like not just you, but like I am as well. Sendris is being his usual self, which is a comfort to you, but learning who you are, learning who your dad is, learning about your mother and your brother and your other brother. it just it just seemed to be a lot, and you're just hoping that this night's rest would be different. As you enter a sleep-like state, though, you are in a familiar place. You're back at the lab again. The Not the lab that was given to you by the faction of death, but Benjamin's lab. Like, welcome back. How are you doing today?
Uh, I've I've had better days, but I've also had worse.
I'm sorry to hear that. No. But I imagine, if be willing, would you care to share? That is where we
Uh,
will leave our session for this evening.
Yay.
all right.
Hey,
Huzzah.
I am
Thank you.
ending the recording.
You
Thank you, sir.